Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's DLloyd and welcome back to another episode of our Pittsburgh Steelers Madden 25 Connected Franchise Series. Now, it is time for us to try to complete the offseason here in this episode. If you guys remember how things shook out for us last year, we completely collapsed towards the end of the season, finishing with a 7-10 regular season record, 4th place in the AFC North. So we definitely need to make some improvements to this roster. Also, Super Bowl champion were the San Francisco 49ers, defeating the Miami Dolphins 28-23. We did, however, have Roman Wilson as a rookie of the year. So that is definitely something that we're excited about. We are definitely excited about it because we didn't have too much going for us. But on top of that, he is also now an X Factor. So Roman Wilson, X Factor, what abilities did he get? The other two are light, but short end, deep in the league. Okay, and yak him up. So definitely some solid abilities from for Roman Wilson. I think he is going to be an absolute dog. We got off to a great start with him getting up to superstar before the season even started. And I think he'll be able to carry that momentum moving forward. And he may just be our number one receiver, even over a George Pickens, who has complained a little bit about catches, but he said he's going to stay with us for one more season. Najee Harris is a superstar as well, getting spin cycle, return man, and persistent. So none of these are really that great. Not going to lie, none of those are really helping us. But in terms of potentially trying to still get better and trying to cool off, ease off the regression that will hit him at some point, I'm not mad at him getting superstar abilities. TJ Watt, been the X Factor. Alex Highsmith moving up to superstar. And then Minka is a superstar. So this is our roster. I think we need to address the quarterback situation. I'm going to allow Justin Fields to test free agency with the idea that we could potentially bring him back. I know he is looking for a solid contract, but we definitely want to improve there. The running back spot, we'll try to retain Najee, see how that goes. I definitely want a third receiver, maybe in the draft, maybe in free agency, just depending on where it goes. More of a slot guy so I can move George Pickens back out to outside full time. But that is kind of our main focuses. We can improve at cornerback as well, and then try to get another defensive end. Cam Hayward, dog, he's getting older. So if we get another defensive end, and I'll even look at another linebacker, but those are our main focuses coming into this offseason. Now, let's take a quick look at who retired around the NFL. You guys can slow this down. I'm just going to be saying some names, of course, of guys that stick out, like Adam Thielen, Patrick Peterson is gone. Aaron Rodgers is retiring after 20 seasons. My boy Mo is retiring. Okay, Tyrod Taylor is retiring. Calais Campbell, Jordan Poyer, Raheem Mostert. So a big hit. Teron Armstead, big hit for the Dolphins. Zach Martin is going to retire. Carson Wentz is going to retire early. He said, I'm not trying to be this permanent backup. Chandler Jones, Micah Hyde. So some names, and then a bunch of free agents. So Kelvin Belcher. Look like we didn't have anybody. I don't know if I missed it, but I don't think we had anybody. Jason Peters is retiring as well. Yeah, so quite a few people. Let's see if we had anybody. I don't think we had Cordero Patterson. So Cordero Patterson is retiring from us, but we really didn't get hit hard at all in this section. But we do have some storylines. So let's have a message, or listen to a message from our defensive coordinator. He wanted to touch bases with us about offseason workouts. All right, cool. Who do you want to talk to? I'm going to go with Larry, younger guy. Cameron Hayward, older. Larry has a little bit of upside still. I think he's only 73 overall, but he's going to reach out to him. He had a solid season for us this year as well. So let's see if we can improve upon that and just continue to get better and better. But here we go. So, Coach, they told me you wanted to talk. I wanted to talk to him. Absolutely. What are you focusing on during the offseason workouts? We would love to know. Pass rush moves, getting off blocks, just getting better at being a defensive end. Not gonna lie. I mean, I'm cool with all that. I don't really need him to work on strength. That sounds great. He'll let me know how much he can improve. So I wonder if we get attribute improvements as we go through this offseason. That will be big. That would definitely be big. Then we have a press conference, probably end of the year press conference, to see how this shakes out for us. Hopefully, it's my first time ever running through an offseason in the base game. I did the beta, but the first time ever running through it here. So I'm interested to see how these goes. Let's talk about the next few months. Absolutely. What is your plan for the upcoming off season? Well, we need to address the quarterback situation, but make a splash, upgrade the roster, make sure we win the draft. I mean, we want to upgrade the roster. I don't care if we win the draft, but let's upgrade the roster. We're going to have to make some big moves. Any position or just the overall talent. Oh, I mean, I have a position in mind, but we're going to go overall talent. Overall talent for this, because I don't want them to be like, you have to sign a quarterback at this rating, anything like that. Offense or defense. I mean, I would say defense because it's free agency, and I feel like there's going to be a good free agent. It'll probably be on the defensive side. Do we feel confident in improving? Yes, we do feel confident, so we're definitely going to say that. All right, so sorry about that. I had to step out really quickly, but we stayed here on the screen. So we need to sign a defensive starter with an overall rating of at least an 85. We will definitely see if we can get that to work out in our favor and actually work for us. But that's a goal. I think we could do that. And we have cap space here, 109 million in salary cap. So I think we're in a good spot. So we'll go ahead and advance the week and we'll look at re-sign players. All right, so it is time to sign or re-sign some players. Pat Freiermuth is the first guy up, 83 overall, 26 years old. He's looking for 3 years, 33 million. We would love to have him back. So we will actually bump this up just a tad to 30. It's making it even 35.1 over 3 years. There we go. So we get Pat Freiermuth back. That is a great signing for us. Just make sure we lock in, that tight end position. Jaylen Warren has no interest. Shockingly enough, Najee Harris doesn't have interest in re-signing with us. Looking at his motivations, he's looking for a franchise quarterback. We do not have one. We fit the scheme. Doesn't like our head coach record, but we will see if we can send him a higher offer than he was expecting. So we'll go. I don't want to go 4 years. Does this bump up the salary? So let's see if we can go and get him around 10 million a year. 3 years, 32. And he's still going to hit free agency. I figured he didn't have that interest there. We have that motivation factor on very high. So Najee Harris going to touch free agency. I don't think we want to hit him with that franchise tag. 1 year, 10.6 million actually isn't. That's actually not bad. But he's 27. Maybe we'll move on. I did see right here that Nick Chubb on the right side is not coming back. So maybe that could be our replacement running back. But we're going to let Najee walk. We will not franchise tag him. Justin Fields has no interest in coming back. He did have interest. I don't know what changed, to be honest, because his motivations are warm weather state, which we are not, close to home and big market. So those are things we can't really control. But Justin Fields does not want to come back. We'll allow him to test free agency, see what the market looks like for him. He's looking for 5 years, 136. So we'll see. Dante Jackson's going to test free agency as well. James Daniels, I do want to bring back James Daniels. So he's looking for a 2 year, $15 million deal. I think this is perfect. Go ahead and just try to sign him. There we go. We get James Daniels back. So that is a good sign there. Cam Hayward, I would love to bring back as well. 1 year, just under $20 million. We'll offer him that as well. We do have the cap space to be able to do that. And there we go. So we get Cam Hayward, just, our captain on the defensive end, the older guy. We would love for him to retire as a Steeler. So that is the goal for us there. So we look through the rest of it. We're going to allow everybody else to test free agency. Russell Wilson, obviously we will, but he's down to a 73 overall at this point. $9 million. So he was looking for double that earlier in the season, but he's down to a 1 year, $10 million contract. We're still not going to offer him that at all. So that is everybody we're going to re-sign. We should hit free agency with our 71 million. We have to take out the draft pick. So we're going to have around 50-ish, $55-ish million to work with. And we'll see if we get, some good players out of that. All right, so taking a look at free agency, guys, there's really not a lot. Nick Chubb is the top guy. Amari Cooper is there as well. A lot of these guys don't have interest. Chase Young is there. Keenan Allen has some interest, but we're really not interested there. Neither are we interested in Khalil Mack. He's not going to do much for us. Levante David could be a solid 1 year plug for us. We will wait to see if, we need that as we go throughout free agency. He has no teams interested right now. When you take a look at the top quarterbacks, Justin Fields is the top guy. He does have 3 teams interested. Russell Wilson, maybe we could bring him back. It looks like no teams are interested in him right now, and there's really no other quarterback market, to be honest. So we're in a tough situation there, but I do want to go ahead and just throw out a hero type offer to Chase Young. He has 13 offers. Now, granted, he's not really the DN that we're looking for in this 3-4, but you see, highest offer, values financials is up there. So maybe if we just throw the bag at him, and we're going to give him a very, very player-friendly deal. We'll just see. We'll just see if he stumbles and accidentally signs with us. You see, we go to the top of the offer sheet. That is a player that he's just so good that I feel like we could find a spot for him. We could make room, and we could figure out a way to get him on the field. Also, when we take a look at wide receivers, really not much there. Neither Odell Beckham is there. I do like Rashid Shaheed, but we're going to go with McCole Hardman to try to get him as a slot guy. Not offer him too much. A 2-year deal right here on this team friendly. Doesn't have other offers. We'll see if he takes that. We do want to go back after is bringing back Quez Watkins. So we're going to go ahead with a 1-year deal for him. Pretty much take that down to $4 million, 1 year. Quez Watkins, see if he could be the number 2 or potentially the starting slot guy. Those are some of the main offensive pieces that we want to go after. All right, so looking at the middle linebackers, Lavonte David, 84 overall, very, very good player. We also want to see, though, if we could bring in Alex Singleton maybe on a 1-year deal, or if we should just spend double that price and try to go after Lavonte David. Maybe we do have $39 million left in cap space, so let's actually do that. Let's go ahead, send him that 1-year deal. And let's see if that gets him to sign. So we'll go ahead and we will evaluate offers. Let's see where some of these guys go. So here we go. Did we sign any of the guys that we were targeting? Lavonte David did sign with us, and we did get McCole Hardman on that 2-year deal to sign with us as well. So we got 2 guys with Quez Watkins. We're still waiting to see if he is going to answer back. So that means Chase Young did not sign with us. He did not. Chase Young going to Las Vegas, signing with the Raiders. That is a big hit. And then Nick Chubb going with the Chargers is somewhat surprising as well. Amari Cooper is still available, but we have no interest in him at this moment. Najee Harris staying inside the division. Wow. Going with the Cincinnati Bengals. That's actually a very good fit right there. I was not expecting that at all. I was not expecting that one at all. And then these other top guys, really not a lot of interest, to be honest. Now, I do, before I forget, want to put an offer in Reggie Gilliam. That is one guy I did look at. Patrick Ricard, probably the better blocker, but with the 87 speed, we'd rather have a little bit more of that agility. So 2-year deal, we'll go ahead and make him the offer. No other deal has been out there. So hopefully we could evaluate this and he signs. Yeah, and he does. So we do get Reggie Gilliam. We needed a fullback in our offense. We had running backs doing that before. Now, speaking of running backs, we still need running backs. So Nick Chubb gone, Najee gone, Jaylen Warren going to Dallas. He is gone as well. Really not a ton of running backs still available. So we will look at Khalil Herbert. 1-year deal is what we're going to offer. $4 million. Go to $4.5 million for Khalil Herbert. Let's see if he takes that. No, he did have another offer on the table. And the Patriots is higher than ours, so maybe he takes that one. But we don't want to spend a ton of money at this running back spot. Ideally, we can find a running back like a Gus Edwards that has some interest in us, so maybe we don't have to spend that much. We will offer him a 1-year deal, and let's say for him to get that down to $3.5 million. And let's go ahead and evaluate one last time this week to see if we get any of those running backs. So Khalil Herbert is going to New England, which we kind of figured, but we do get Gus Edwards. So Gus Edwards will be our number 1 back for now. I know this is still a position of need, but we need to get something else out there. When you look at these other running backs, it's really not much. It's really not much. So we're going to have to look very heavily in the NFL draft to fill this position or the trade block. All right, so looking at the trade block, There's quite a few running backs that we could try to go after. Zach Charbonnet is there, but I think we may take a shot at Ray Davis. I think he kind of fits what we're looking for. Not a straight power bruiser, but he's a solid running back. 81 trucking, 88 speed, 81 break tackle. He won't fumble the ball much with that 93 carrying. Of course, because we are super simming, we do want that ball carrier vision. It is an 86. Juke move 87. So he's kind of your well-rounded type of guy, and I'm hoping we can get him relatively cheap. If we can't, then we will hop out of this discussion really quickly. But I don't want to spend more than a 4. I'm gonna offer a 5. We may have to come back to a 4. We may not even be close. We may have to scrap this plan altogether. Yeah, putting this I do like that, but putting this trading on very hard, it may be tough to try to bring in some of these guys. Let's do the same thing now for a Braylon Allen. Can we bring in a Braylon Allen for a 4th round pick? And no, yeah. So we are not having any type of success out here. So we're gonna have to turn our sights to the draft. All right, so looking for a cornerback because we still need help there as well. We're now in week 2 of free agency. We'll go with Kelvin Joseph. We'll give him a 2-year deal as well. He does not have interest, but he has no other teams interested in him at this point. So hopefully we go ahead and bring him in. That could be a solid deal. We also wanted to update y'all. Justin Fields signed with the Tennessee Titans. He will be going over there a big contract, $79 million salary, $56 million guaranteed heading over there. I'm assuming he will be the starter over Will Levis if we're going to pay him that type of money, which is where I'm expecting this to go. Now, Russell Wilson, we will offer him the 1-year deal worth around $10 million. So, I mean, we need a quarterback. Is very slim pickings at this point. So we're kind of just running out of players. So that is where we want to go there. I do need a backup left tackle. If we could get a power guy, I mean, Pete could be solid for 1 season. He's looking for 1 year, $4 million. Which, okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with a 1 year, $4 million deal there. We just needed a backup left tackle. And we're going to need another running back as well at some point. But these running backs just do not get me excited at all. Maybe we could bring back a James Conner along with the Gus Edwards. Because when you look at the draft class, and I guess I can show you guys this as I'm going through it, though. We take a look at the draft class. It is very interesting because there's a top of quarterbacks at the top of the list, but none of them have really looked great, right? So you got Justin Moran. He has that B awareness, which looks solid. Let's go to actual quarterbacks right here. So he looks solid, but when you look at the accuracies, short accuracy is only a C. Medium between a B or a D, we do not know. And then deep accuracy is a B. So I'm assuming this should be a B or a C. But throw on the run, if we try to get him out in move and play action, that's not going to work. But he does have a throw under pressure, which is solid. I don't know if that's the move there. I do want to scout him further just to kind of make sure to see if he drops. That's the guy. Bo Coleman, I think, will end up dropping. I do like Jamie Leonard. He has around 1 to 2 talents. A awareness, the B's across the board when it comes to accuracy. Throwing the run is okay, but the throw under pressure is there. He could hopefully work on the rest, work on the play action. Maybe he is a guy that we can go after if he drops to our pick at 12. And then you have Lance Sherwood. He's a scrambling quarterback, not really going to help us with how our offense is set up. And then Dante Barnes, a field general, doesn't have high awareness, only a C. Does have good accuracies, though. I will give him credit for that. Throw under pressure is not there, and I just don't know if he is worth a first rounder. Now, maybe he drops the second round. We could go ahead and jump up and try to get him, but right away, doesn't look that great. When you look at running backs, only round one guy, 2 guys between round 1 and round 2. They're all receiving backs. But they look okay. They're not bad receiving backs. Just I don't know how great they will fit in with us. Only B break tackle, only C trucking. And when you look at just in general, who has, right, like the highest break tackles, there's really no like A type of guys that's pretty high in the draft. You do have a few power backs with B right here, and this might be the best guy potentially in being Ben Livingston. But again, he's a round 2, round 3 player, not a round 1 guy. So we have a lot of work to do when trying to figure out where we want to go. We look at safety, though. I am interested in Anthony Lauderdale. I think we are okay at the strong safety spot, but he does have top 5 talent. I'm pretty sure he will fall to us at 12. He has that A awareness with that B play rec, which is solid, but so does Justice, right? Can he be an even better guy who has those? But man coverage B, zone coverage a little bit worse. Catching is up there. I mean, he looks very good. He looks very, very good. He is a for sure top 5 guy. But like I said, also interested in Enrique Justice because he may be a better overall player. He is more of a zone guy. So I don't know if that will be the best fit, right? Because we have a lot of blitzes. We run a lot of zone, though. But I would like ideally for my guy to be a hybrid. But he's another guy. So I'm thinking right now, the strong safety move is going to be the play, but I will bring him in for his official visit to try to get him, a little bit further scouted before we make that decision. But right now, that's kind of what we're looking at in the first round. There's really nothing else. It's just a bunch of pass rushers that is doing not much for us at that moment, at this current moment. So we're in an interesting spot, I would say. And this is not making the splash, that we wanted. But we do have 3 guys here. Just go ahead and evaluate offers. There we go. So we got quite a few. Hopefully we got some guys to sign. We got Kelvin Joseph and we got Andres Pete. So Russell Wilson still waiting. He has no other offers at this current moment. So we are fine there. I will revisit this running back spot because like I just said, based off of those guys we just showed, I'm not too excited about any of them. So let's head up James Conner. Would you like to return to Pittsburgh? We'll send him that offer. We'll see what he thinks about it and if he will come. Russell Wilson is there. We still need another quarterback as well. I don't know if any of these guys I truly love. Maybe a Jameis Winston. We get him for $3 million. Has he regressed though? He's kind of regressed a little bit. So these guys, I don't want. Zach Wilson wants to come here. I don't know if he's the guy. We will send him a 1-year deal. Matter of fact, we can keep him at the $2 million. Let's take a lot of this bonus away, just in case he doesn't perform well. Maybe in preseason we want to cut him. So we give him the 3-year deal, and we'll see if guys end up signing there. So evaluate offers. We're down to just Zach Wilson. So hopefully we signed Russell Wilson, so he will be coming back in a crazy change of events. We did not get, no, we did get James Conner. There we go. So James Conner will be coming back as well. So we're filling out the roster slowly but surely, but it's just not a lot of talent out there. All right, so we did get Zach Wilson to sign with us. 1-year deal, $3 million. We signed a couple of backup offensive linemen as well, but that is pretty much, when you take a look at free agency, we are pretty much through all of the major positions. I'm interested in AJ Dillon as well, but we just brought in 2 guys. He had no interest in us, so we didn't want to try to lowball him and see, if he'll come back or not. So I think we are actually going to start cooling off on the free agency market, and we'll look into the draft, do some more scouting, kind of figure out a game plan, and then we'll enter the draft. If an idea pops up on the trading block, matter of fact, let's take a look at the trading block together. I just don't know if there's anybody that we want to necessarily go after, right? You look at the quarterback spots, there's nobody there between Kenny Pickett, bringing him back, Desmond Ridder, Jordan Travis. I tried Damian Pierce. He is not going to come. I mean, I don't want to spend, a second round draft pick, anything like that, especially on the running back position. Wide receivers, I feel like we're fine there. I feel like we're good pretty much all the way until we get back to cornerback. Christian Benford, this is going to be a guy I thought about going after. Maybe we'll do it since I'm thinking about it, right? We run a lot of zone, only 88 speed, but we're playing a lot of zone, so hopefully we don't need to stress that speed too much. But he does have that 87 zone coverage, 75 catching. Matter of fact, let's just see if we can bring in a cornerback. When you look at this draft, again, there's just not a ton of guys that I feel fits the mold of what exactly we're looking for. So we'll go back to this 4th round pick. I doubt it does anything at all. And now we're looking at potentially going round 3, but there, I don't really like that. We're close. So we can come 3. We have multiple 7s. I don't know if a 7 will entice. We have way too many 7s. I did not know we have 4 7s. It was all from 2 of them. 2 3s and 2 7s. Does that get it done? It does not. And now we are playing that game where we were just offering a bunch of stuff. I don't know why that will work, right? If they didn't take 2 7s this year, they wouldn't take 2 7s next year. We'll go with a 5. And if that does not work, there we go. So a 3rd and a 7th this year, a 5th round pick next year. We get a cornerback 79 overall. He could help, hopefully, when it comes to that secondary. If you take a look at our defensive backs, he should be our number 2 cornerback by far. So he is. So he had a morale boost. So we have him as a number 2 guy. We now have Kelvin Joseph that could play in that slot with that 94 speed. But we wanted that zone coverage to be high. He's actually our best zone cover guy, but Joey Porter is solid there as well. So hopefully that can kind of fill that void. We don't have to really focus in at corner. Coming into the draft, we can now look at a Deshaun Elliott replacement as strong safety. I think that could be the move. Russell Wilson will be the quarterback. If a quarterback falls, maybe round 2, we go that direction. If a running back maybe falls, we go that direction, but we're not desperate for one. I probably will pick up another receiver, even though we have 5, but that will be very, very late in the draft. And I think that is the plan moving into the draft. And we'll just go best available to other rounds. So hopefully it's not a bad idea. So unfortunately, in the latest mock draft, Enrique Justice, that strong safety we're looking at, goes 3rd overall, jumping up 7 spots. So he could be an unlikely fit for us. Jamie Leonard goes 5th. So he may not make it to 12. That other strong safety, Anthony Lauderdale, he goes 10th right before we pick at 12. They have us currently taking a running back, jumping up 22 spots. If this is the case, I don't know how we feel about Lance Sherwood. It could be a situation where we end up trading down from that 12 spot. Because Sherwood looks like he has the accuracies. He's a scrambling guy. He's not that fast. He has an arm with elite throw power. Maybe we could turn him into a different type of quarterback, right? But I don't know. I do not know. Maybe we need to bring him in for a visit now. And maybe that is the guy. And maybe we just had to switch up the offense a little bit. That is an option as well, right? We don't have to necessarily, stick with how we've been playing football, but I just don't like a lot of these guys in these situations. So we'll see. So before we hop into the draft, here is the free agency recap. Nick Chubb going with the Chargers. Amari Cooper going to Green Bay. We covered a lot of these guys here, though. Khalil Mack going to Tampa. Gilmore going back to Carolina. We got Levante David. Jamal Adams going to Washington. So is Garrett Bowles. D-Hop going to Philly. That is a crazy receiver core over there. Here's a couple other guys. Patrick Carr signed with nobody. Rashid Shaheed going to the Chargers. And a lot of unsigned players. But here's the first top couple of guys. Odell Beckham is going to the New York Jets. That's going to be interesting for sure. As he's holding on, towards the end of his career as well. Jeremy Chin and Justin Fields going to Tennessee. Kenny Gainwell to the Patriots. So is Khalil Herbert. So they definitely got a pair of running backs there. Rondale Moore did not get signed. Neither Alex Singleton did not get signed. I thought about signing him, and maybe we do. But we have a ton of middle linebackers. So for now, we are okay. For some reason, we have a trade offer for Levante David. We didn't put him on there, but it's fine. It's fine. What do we have here? Jordan Davis wants the Eagles. Oh, no, what happened? Trade alert. Okay, never mind. It looks like the Eagles are not Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles are trading Jordan Davis to the Rams. That is a big deal. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the draft. And we're going to go ahead and hop right into it and kind of see how this draft shakes out. So we have that video. I'm pretty sure we can't show that for any type of copyright. So we skip right through it. But anyway, the Broncos are on the clock. And when you look at the mock drafts before, right, the Broncos don't need a quarterback, right? They have a young quarterback. So I doubt that they draft a quarterback. There was a left end, and I think he could end up going. The spot where I do think, we're going to lose a safety is 3 to the Vikings or 10 to the Chargers. Both mock drafts had them taking strong safeties. That is the idea that one of those two could fall to us at 12. Maybe if one is still available at 10 or at 9, we could trade up with the Seahawks or try to trade up with the Chargers themselves to try to go get that spot. If not, it's looking like we may trade down at 12. So right in, first overall pick, Jonathan Blakely. So Roger Goodell, definitely a cool touch. You can't hear any sound from him or in this video. But having them come out there, first overall pick, get the jersey. That's still a cool touch, man. Obviously, you can improve it. I know this was like in the old NBA 2K games, but you love to see it. Love to see it. Him walking out on stage, grabbing his jersey. Cool stuff. I definitely just wanted to see, the first couple of picks on how that works. So let's go to pick 2. Is another defensive end. Looks like Floyd Patterson. I couldn't see the last name. Another defensive end. These defensive ends we knew were not going to be there remotely close to our pick at 12. So as cool as they're going now, it means that the quarterbacks are also falling, even though there was no great quarterbacks. That is Ellington. That's his name. Even though there's no great quarterbacks, there is a chance that maybe we still snag one if we don't like none of the offers to try to trade down. Now, this is where I'm worried. 3rd overall pick, and it is Enrique Justice. It's the 3rd overall pick. So probably the best player in this draft from what I've seen from him. So that is unfortunate a little bit there. There's only so much you could do. We knew he was going to go early. He jumped up late. The computer is smart this year. They realized that he was probably the best overall player in this draft. So they went and got him at 3rd overall. I'm not mad at that at all. When you take a look at this board, I want to see, because I did 100% scout or try to go ahead and 100% scout Jamie Leonard and Sherwood. So Sherwood round 1 to 2 talent. So, I mean, we could go that route and go with the guy that that's a runner. That's a runner. He's not fast though. That's the scary part. He's not that fast. Ran a 4.7. Or we could go with a strong safety, Lauderdale, that we're still waiting on. So we had another pick here. I will say, I don't need to see everybody walk up. I will say, like in a regular draft is cool. Moran, that is a top quarterback. So he is going to the Giants. The Giants are looking to move on from Daniel Jones to get Justin Moran, the number 1 rated quarterback, at least on the board. So let's see if we can go through these picks, because I want to make sure we get to pick 9. If that safety is there, we may try to move up. So John Dukes, cornerback, he goes higher than expected. I believe the last mock draft had him at like 12. Eric Hano, a left end speed rushing guy, he goes 6th, 7th pick. Is not going to be a safety. It's going to be Glenn Philbin. So that is a speed rusher. We know we don't need any help at outside pass rusher. Who goes here? So there is Isaiah Greenwood. So the Seahawks and the Chargers, let's see if we could try to trade with the Seahawks, jump ahead of the Chargers, because I do think that the Chargers will attempt to find or attempt to draft them overall. So go with the Seahawks or draft that strong safety. And let's see what it will take to potentially move up. You're not dropping back that far, Seattle. So hopefully they understand they're not dropping back that far and they're willing to work with us, right? So we don't have our 3rd round pick, obviously, this year. Let's see if we attach a 3rd round pick next year. If they're willing to do that, I doubt that at all. But I mean, we're not far off. But we're trading a lot of depth for next season. They're looking for a quarterback. Let's go look at the Chargers, man. What are their needs? They don't need a safety. Matter of fact, let's keep the picks. If we lose out on the safety, it's not a position of need. We're not going to hurt if we don't get that strong safety, even though we definitely want that strong safety. There are a ton of quarterbacks there, and maybe we could pick the best one. So there goes Lauderdale. So he is gone. Lauderdale's gone at 10. That is the safety we wanted. We know they're not going to go quarterback at 11. They do not. So Bobby Adams, strong safety, another strong safety actually, is going to New England. So now we are on the clock. If we want to trade away this pick, what are we looking at? We're looking at a 2026 first rounder, a 2nd rounder, a 3rd rounder. They're just giving us half of their draft next year, but it does not help us for this season at all. A 2026 first round pick. We do get a second round pick this year and a 5th round pick if we trade it to Seattle. We got a 2025 first round pick. So here we could just drop back a few spots to 21, pick up a 3rd rounder, a 6 and 2 6th round picks. 1 this year, 1 next year. That is not a bad move if we want to move down 10. We got to look at the board and see if we think one of these quarterbacks could fall to 21. Here, we could drop all the way down to 31, pick up a 1st round pick this year, 1st round pick next year. That is not bad neither at all. And then we could drop down to the 19th pick. But we know the Colts will not go quarterback. So 21 isn't that far off, and we get a little bit more value. Let's take a look at these quarterbacks. Is there somebody that we feel like we need at 12? So Bo Coleman, Jamie Leonard. If they both go, we could come back with Lance Sherwood. I think the best available quarterbacks, look at Kirkland. The best available quarterbacks, I believe, are Sherwood and Jamie Leonard. Leonard, what was his 40? Had a 5 flat, so he's very, very slow. So it might be Sherwood, who ran a 4.7. What was his pro day? Was that any faster? A 4.73. He does have elite throw power. So maybe he could fall to us at 21. We will see. There's still other quarterbacks ahead of him. He is the only scrambler, but we get so much value that I think we are okay with making that move, going down to 21, picking up a 3rd round pick, and then a couple of 6s. If we go to the Dolphins, you get 2 first rounders, but I don't think he drops to 31. The Seahawks, we could pick again at, no, we drop out of the 1st round. So yeah, let's go to 21, pick up a 3rd, a 6, and then we'll pick up a 6 next year. And let's hope that our guy falls to us. Let's hope he falls to us. So Bo Coleman, so they go get a quarterback, but that's fine. That's not our guy. Leonard, okay, so now we're getting a little nervous. Quarterbacks are starting to come off the board. And there goes Sherwood going to the Jets. So our plan did not work at all. At all. McMillan goes. Cody Harrell goes. So we messed around. We messed around and found out. Johnny Weathers. Okay, so we get a receiver off the board. You know they're not going to go quarterback. They go left tackle to bolster that offensive line even more. D tackle there. Now we're back on the clock. Is there a shot that we just move further down? We get picked, or 2nd round pick this year. 1st round pick next year. We completely move out of the 1st round. Here we get a 1st round pick next year, a 2nd round pick next year, a 5th this year. I mean, that Seahawks deal might be the best option for us, to be honest. If there's nobody that we really want to pick up here, and I really don't believe there is, we can no longer get 2 1st round picks from the Dolphins. So let's just take and get half of the Seahawks picks. We're going to fall out of the 1st round, a 2nd round, or 1st round completely. We're going to pick up a 5, 7th this year, but maybe we could use that as trade ammunition, because we definitely need to try to hit the trading market after this. So go through the entire 1st round, and then of course we'll just sim to our pick in round 2. So Jaguars, they go with a free safety. Cowboys, they go with the wide receiver. Okay. The Falcons, they go with a left tackle. Okay, we got the Bucks going right guard, a lot of offensive line going. Just like real life. Havenu going to the Chiefs. You have a center going to the Panthers. Bills taking a free safety. A ton of safeties coming off the board too. A strong safety going to Miami. So there we go. And now we're coming to round 2. We'll just go ahead and sim to the next user pick. We pick 44. Yeah, we did not acquire a 2nd round pick this year. So we have our actual 2nd round pick. And let's see if we can just make a pick here. That running back that had us taking 12 overall, or whatever, actually dropped to the 2nd round. These quarterbacks here, I don't think there's anything really worthy unless you take that shot at Justin Kirkland, and he does not pan out to me. So I don't think that is a guy we necessarily go with. And it's unfortunate because I don't think we get a quarterback in this draft. I do not think we get a quarterback in this draft, but we could get a running back in Ben Livingston. Now, I didn't know really the difference between him and Terry Ross. We brought in Livingston, so we do get to see that grade. We do know where he exactly stands. That juke move is not there at all. Terry Ross a little bit bigger at 6 foot 225. He ran a 4.52, just solid speed. But maybe we could get away with Ben Livingston. A little bit lighter, 221, a little bit quicker at 4.54 or 4.48. But none of these guys looked necessarily great. And that is the unfortunate part. We do not need a free safety. We do not need a lot of these positions. So, being as unprepared as we are, I think we just go Livingston. I don't know how far Dante Barnes drops. Let's look at Dante Barnes again. We know he's not there right away. Now, does he have potential? I don't know. I mean, he does well. He throws the ball away. He stands tall in the pocket, throws beautiful spirals. So this is good for when we're simulating. Not that fast. He's not going to run at all. Good throw power, though. I mean, good accuracy. Injuries at F. That is definitely terrifying. But we also need a running back potentially. So we'll go with Ben Livingston. Hopefully he's solid for us. And we'll look at the quarterback position if he falls to round 3. If not, then we'll start just filling in and getting depth pieces. I don't think there's a lot of other guys that we feel like could start right away. But now, instead of walking on stage, you see us celebrating, making the draft picks. So us in our war room. He is at home with the cap on. He knows he is a Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome, Ben. Welcome. B- 36 in true value. We got him at 44. He great contact to break tackles, rarely fumbles, runs through tackles. We'll see. We don't need him to play right away. We have 2 other running backs. He has hidden dev. Okay. So that is great. That is fantastic. I'm not mad at that no more. But that 79 strength, I think we hit. I think we hit here in the second round with that draft pick. So we're good. We're good. We're good with that one. I doubt we get any quarterback lasting until this third round. But let's see if he did continue to fall. He did not. He did not fall. We do have another quarterback here, though, in Justin Kirkland, who has not looked great. But do we just desperately go after a quarterback? This is a purely desperate thing. Like, he is just average everywhere. He has that elite throw power. He can move a little bit. Desperation. Worst case scenario, he's just a third string quarterback. We don't have high hopes for him. C- pick, 107 in value. We got him at 85. High school pitcher, dynamic playmaker, average and intermediate accuracy. Normal dev, 99 throw power though. Okay, so I mean he has the throw power. They said elite, they meant elite. So that's cool. We got nothing for him though. He wasn't at home. We didn't celebrate the pick in the war room. It was just whatever. It was definitely just whatever. Now we get to round number 4. Now we're just looking at these top guys that are just falling for whatever reason, right? We have some cornerbacks. A zone cover corner is towards the top of the board. What is his zone coverage? That's what we're going to need and want. So, I mean, really none of these guys have solid zone coverage. We have a couple of C. I'm looking at man coverage. I'm bad. My bad. We do have Ben Kramer as a B zone coverage. And that's where we're going to go. Round 3 to 4. This is round 4. He fits in. He's 21 years old, 6'2". Can't catch. He could drop back in zone. 106. We drafted him at 108, so pretty much in that range. Speaking of range, he's rangy and effective in zone coverage. Concerns about his speed. I don't really care too much about speed when I have a zone cornerback, as you can tell by my trade earlier, but he does have 91 speed. So I think that's more than viable as a zone guy. I don't need you to, to follow you on crossers, all that other stuff. That's typically for, your man-to-man guys. Now we're going into round 5, and this is where we have a bunch of picks, right? 2 5th-round picks. I believe we may have like 2 5th-round picks and a ton of 7th-round draft picks. So receiver is just falling. He's 5'8". Why is he falling so much? Another receiver falling he's a playmaker. I do like playmakers, especially in the slot. How fast was he? 4.5. He is not fast. So he's not, hey, listen, you're not that much of a playmaker. Absolutely not. 4.41. This is a solid speed guy. We wanted a receiver. I don't know how much he's going to play. He fell. We don't know how good he'll end up being, but we're going to end his misery. He will fall from round 1 to round 5. Is he in attendance? I hope he didn't wait in that green room this entire time, because Goodell is back out here. I don't think he did. Okay, maybe it's just us celebrating in the war room. Hopefully he's back at home now. He is. Maybe he went to the green room, and then after he sat down 2 days, day 3, he was like, all right, I gotta just go home. So pick one, or value 127, drafted him at 137. He's fast enough. Shows great route running, average hands at best, 91 speed. This is another guy. I love that 97 acceleration. And the 97 acceleration is nice. It's definitely nice. All right, so we're back. Pick 140 of the draft. And as we go down, we could use a backup pass rusher. He's a speed guy. How does he look? We have nothing really scouted on him. He can catch, apparently, so that's good for something. I mean, but he has play rec isn't that good. Hit power isn't that good. Power moves, yeah, he's not it. But let's look at the other pass rushers, potentially see if there's anybody that we could take a shot at. Only 2 guys worth really getting drafted here. I do like that hit power, but he has no pass moves. Go to left outside linebacker. We have a guy that could potentially rush the passer. So at this point, we're just drafting. Oh, maybe what you can do. He is 6'6", though, 269. All right. Has a high motor. Draft him 208. We drafted him at 140, but C+ grade, one of our best grades. To be honest, I think B was a B-, B, whatever our first actual draft pick was in round 2 was our highest grade. Now we're going to go into round 6, and I believe we have 2 picks here as well. We just have a bunch of picks here where we're just kind of just rolling the dice, seeing if we can hit on somebody. But I'm not anticipating we hit on a lot of these guys. So if we go back here, we really don't need another corner. He's only a Z cover guy anyway. The physical wide receiver at 6'2". We don't need another outside guy, but that is great size. Great size. Spectacular catch is a B. He can't run routes. He could catch, though. Let's actually just go here. Just another outside guy, 113. We get him at 172. Reliable guy. Does he have NFL speed? They say no, but he's hidden dev. Hidden dev receiver in round 6 at 6'2", 235. We're going to take that. He's a possession guy, even spectacular catch. He only has 85 jumping, so the height really isn't crazy. But if he could just become a possession guy for us, I mean, we want to play him on the outside. I'm not mad. Let's see if we can ponder off this 6th-round pick and get like a 6th-rounder next year, which we can. We'll get a 7th-round pick next year. Oh, 6th-round pick this year. No, we want a 6th-round pick next year is ideal. So we get a 7th rounder this year. We'll get a 6th-round pick next year, because we have so many 7th-round picks. So let's just try to spread that wealth just a little bit to get some picks and some draft capital next year. Because here we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draft picks. All right, let's see if we could move some of these off for 2026, 2027 7th-round picks. 2027 6th-round pick is actually do that and let's move up a spot. We may move like 1 or 2 more of these picks. Just pick here at 195. Though, and then let's see if we can maybe move one of those other picks we have. The D tackle here, he's a speed rushing guy at 302 pounds. He fell for a reason, but yeah, that power moves, that finesse moves a B. That finesse move is solid. I mean, he's a pass rushing specialist, maybe a 3rd down guy. He is awful. Okay, he is. Ooh, yeah, he is. He is bad. All right. It's not going to translate what we want. Can he be a speed rushing guy or like a 3rd down rusher? No, he cannot. He cannot. That is unfortunate. All right, a 2027 6th-round pick. So here we go. We get a 6th-round pick in 2 seasons from now. Just spreading out some of these draft picks, you know. All right, let's go here. We have 2 picks left. I don't think there was no pass rusher worth going after. Here's a pass protector at center. Can he block any? A pass block. I mean, he doesn't look awful. He has no power. Or he can't run block. He can't run block. He could pass block. He'll just be a backup tight end for or center for. So yeah, great pass blocker. Sometimes fooled by pressures. Yeah, he's not that good. He's not that good. We have not. I mean, we did hit in the 6th round. We did get a hidden dev, probably just star wide receiver, but we'll take it. And at this point, I don't think there's anybody we want here because all the projected guys are gone. Let's look at Harold. He has C cover or zone coverage. He's not good at much, but we're late in the draft, so go ahead and take him. Did we hit? We get a cutscene here. Like, I don't know why we're getting one round 7. Roger Goodell should have been home. He should have been home. But something happened here, and I'm not mad at it. Because so far, we've had good luck with these cutscenes. There we go. At home, round 7. Only 197 in true talent. He understands execute zone assignments. Never not a burner with decent speed. Normal dev, so no, he doesn't have hidden dev or anything, but he might be a solid cornerback for us. And that's going to be it for our draft. That's going to be it for our drafts. Look at this draft recap. Let's see how these guys come in overall wise. So here we go. We get a 73 overall. Ben Livingston. He's almost our best running back. I'll edit numbers and stuff like that later. Almost our best guy, but 88 speed, 80 break tackle, 93 carrying, ball carrier vision to 80. I mean, I like him. Fights for extra yards. He covers the ball on big hits. But solid running back. Solid running back that we get with our first pick in the 2nd round. Kirkland comes in at a 69 overall. Only normal dev. I don't like the number 0, so that will probably be changed for sure. But that 99 throw power, that 99 throw power is crazy. That is crazy. Maybe he could be the number 2 quarterback. We'll see how things shake out with him there. But I'm not that mad at that pick in the 3rd round. 4th round, we get a 69 overall and Ben Kramer. Hopefully he could end up being something solid one day. 74 zone coverage. He's not ready now. But maybe as a number 4 guy, he could be okay for us. 91 speed. To see how he develops. Only normal dev. But we did get a wide receiver in round 5. He did not get any hidden dev. Yeah, normal dev for him. 68 overall, 5'8", 91 speed though. I mean, he's okay. He's going to be a slot guy. He's going to be the slot guy that we won't have on the regular depth chart probably at all. He'll probably be at the very bottom. But we did get another one in the 6th round that we'll look at this second. 66 overall pass rusher. He's not good neither. 72 power move, 66 finesse, 67 block shed. But he's just a backup. We needed just a little bit more depth at that position. And then we got Rashard Beckett, hidden dev, 6'4", 234, 68 overall. I mean, 90 speed, 83 spectacular catch, 82 regular catch, catching traffic. We want that to be up higher because they're jumping again, only 85. So not a lot of jump balls his way, but that break tackle being at 82, I like that. I'm a huge fan of my receivers being able to break tackle. His stamina, his toughness isn't that high, but in the 6th round, I'm not going to complain about that pick whatsoever. Michael Nash, 60 overall, 66 overall, and Benedict, and then Harold, our last pick of the draft, 66 overall. Normal dev, nothing crazy. 72 zone. I mean, he looks solid. He's 22 years old. We'll see how that pans out. Now, looking at the rest of the draft, all around. So the first overall pick, 74 overall. Floyd Ellington goes 2nd, 73 overall. But this is who we wanted. Justice, who I thought was the best player of the draft, is the best player in the draft. That's why he jumped up in the draft class. 82 overall, 94 speed, 82 zone coverage, man, 85 pursuit. Whoo! He would have been a problem. But we knew we couldn't get up to third overall without trading a whole lot. Best quarterback, Justin Moran went there, 74 overall, first quarterback taken. A lot of 74-ish overall guys. 76 overall in Lauderdale, who we almost traded up for. He's not Enrique Justice, but he is solid with that 90 speed. He would have been cool for us, but again, I don't think he changes, us winning this season. So I think we're okay with not trading up and getting him there. When you look at the other quarterbacks, Bo Coleman, 73 overall. Jamie Linder, 74. So all these quarterbacks really just all in one range. Sherwood, only 79 speed. So Scrambler with only 79 speed. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't go there. He does have hidden depth. Maybe he could be great. 94 throw power. I mean, that is solid. Accuracies need a little bit of work. But he has that hidden depth there. So it's okay. And then Jamie Leonard, the other quarterback we were looking at there, 74 overall. He comes in with just normal dev, 93 throw power. So, I mean, he's a solid quarterback, but I don't think we missed out. I do not think we missed out much when it came to the quarterback position. And there's really no other crazy pick in round one. These safeties were good. A lot of these safeties were very, very good in this draft. We look at the running back spot. This was the running back that had us taking 12th overall, but our running back not far off at a 73. So I'm not too upset. Going with Ben Livingston where we did, and he's hitting dev, so he could at least be star dev. Ross, the other guy we looked at, actually ended up being a little bit better, 74 overall, but only normal dev. So we took the right running back kind of by luck, but we did take the right running back at the end of the day, and I'm going to take that all day long. So that is going to be it. That is going to be it for the off-season video, man. So what we're going to do is next video, we will do the training camp, and we will do every single one of the preseason games all in one video and narrow things down and hope that, going forward, we are a better team. Since we're 83 overall, so we definitely got better overall wise, I believe, but we did drop defensively. We're an 88 down to an 83 overall, so we do want to fix that when it comes to what we could do over there. So that is it for this episode. As usual, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.